This week on JordanJaunts, we kick off a brand new Benidorm series.
Not many places divide opinion quite like Benidorm, and few airlines have a reputation like Ryanair, so we are putting them both to the test.
In episode 1, we're flying to Spain with Europe's biggest budget airline to find out whether Ryanair really deserves its bad reputation, or whether everyone's been getting it wrong. We're in Aberdeen, we're heading to Alicante, and actually even better, we're heading to Benidorm. So let's come with us and enjoy this travel day.
So we came to Aberdeen on the bus today, which is an unusual way for us to travel, but it was actually so simple.
It took us about 6 hours. It's an electric bus, had to stop halfway through, guy had to charge for a couple of hours, but you know, it was fine. It's fine, we got off at the service station, had a wee look about, and before we knew it, we were back on.
So that was all completely made up, but then that's like most things in our videos, including the facts.
Good thing about the Ember bus is they've got a tracker along with your ticket, and you know whether the bus is turning up or not, and generally they're actually very good. Hello. Thanks very much. Cheers. We got the Ember bus today from Forest to Aberdeen Airport. It's direct bus service, £9.50 each, a 2-hour journey. That is brilliant value. The great thing about taking the bus, you can just sit back, relax, enjoy the views. It's a great way to start a holiday. Nicola, do you know these buses, full electric, they go all day? A couple of times they get charged throughout the day, but the new ones got up to 560 miles. Is that not incredible?
No.
I mean, honestly, consider my car used to get 150, that's absolutely amazing. A bus fleet that goes all day in electric.
I think you like these buses too much.
I think they're quite cool.
Do you know, just you keep that conversation for yourself. I'm just going to read my book, because that is bad. It's bad.
Then Nick will come off the bus and say, "Was that bus electric?"
No, I will not.
I'm like, I was talking about it all the way along.
Actually, it's not that bad.
Is that an unpushable? We are nearly at Aberdeen Airport. Delighted we're hitting the sun because look at the weather outside today. It is Scottish weather.
Is this your chat as well? So you're talking about buses and now you're talking about the rain. It's like, could you be more boring?
I'm sure there's a lot of people out there who'll be texting me and saying, "James, what likes the weather up your way?"
I'm not. Perfect. A couple of hours on the bus, £9.50 each. I don't think you can beat that, and we literally are at the door of the airport. Fantastic. I have never seen Aberdeen Airport so busy.
I know. Everybody's going Ryanair tonight to Alicante. They're coming with JordanJaunts to Benidorm, that's what it is.
One downside of the bus is we're here a bit early, really.
Actually, Nicola, 2 hours before departure, that's early for us.
That's very early for us. Yeah, that's what I mean with early. What's your point?
What's your point, caller? On landside, there's W.H. Smith that we normally can get the bag so we can carry extra onto Ryanair. But we don't need that now, we just use our Tom-Talk.
As well as that, there's a Granite City, a pub and kitchen, which is quite nice. We're just going to go through and we'll see you on the other side. And that's it. It's not the biggest duty-free, but it's big enough. It's fine. I got a wee spray of perfume, that's good. I'm feeling ready to go. Do you like my perfume?
Beautiful. definitely not a nice one.
This Italian kitchen's nice. It does nice breakfast as well. I once had a meeting, full thing done in there, and that's before I gave up my job. Back in the good old days, or actually the bad old days.
And you said my bus chat was boring. Surprising, you don't always think Aberdeen goes to as many destinations. But actually, 10 flights now tonight.
Yeah, it's pretty good. It's great to get to Norway, and actually I would quite like to go to Norway at some point, so if we go, I imagine we'll come from here.
That's certainly a jaunt for the future.
Quite nice. You want to come in for a drink?
I don't think we'll bother. £7.20 a pint for a Madry. It's not even a real pint. Let's just wait till we get to Benidorm for a wee €2 pint. That'll do me nicely. I've got a free coffee in my Costa app, so let's go to Costa.
Have you got 2 free coffees or just 1 free coffee?
No, just 1 free coffee, we'll just share it.
That's taking tightness to a new level, right?
That's all about the budget.
Okay. As you can see, the airport is not huge. It's got a Costa, it's got a bar, and it's got a nice wee Italian restaurant. Prices are reasonable actually, that kind of around normal town prices. So it's not like £15 for a burger and chips. It's fine.
So no luck, can't use the Costa app in the store, so my free coffee is null and void here. I should have used it before I came. This isn't going well at all, is it?
I'm actually feeling quite sorry for you here. No pints, no coffees. This is not a good start, is it?
Might just change my mind on the pint and just get one after all. I think maybe the right thing to do.
Yeah, let's do that.
So after trying to keep things on a budget, it's just all went to pot. No free coffee at Costa, £7.70 a pint. Tell you.
Going to pot in the first hour, but never mind. This does not bode well, does it?
No, it does not bode well.
Well, I'll tell you something else that doesn't bode well. You should see how foggy it is out there. I imagine there's probably a decent chance of delays here tonight.
Oh, not bad disaster. We are not at Alicante for long, so it could be a disaster for us. Cheers.
Cheers.
So, all worked out well in the end. Only £8 for a pint. What a bargain.
How much is the zero beer?
£5.
Was not, was it?
Was, yeah.
That is so cheeky. I'd be as well drinking.
But if my Costa app had happened, we would never have been in here. So actually, thank goodness to Costa for not allowing me to use the app in the airport.
Well, it's a good start to a Benidorm trip.
It is, absolutely. And here's to the €2 pints instead of the £8 ones.
If you're new here, we're James and Nicola of JordanJaunts, and this episode is the first of our new Benidorm series, so please follow along to see what we get up to when we're in Benidorm. We're going back because we were there just last month and we had some hate in the comments because we called the video Why Everyone Loves Benidorm, but some people said they didn't love it at all, so we're going back to tell them why you should love Benidorm.
And almost to this stage of people calling it a bit of a trading standards issue, I was saying everyone loves Benidorm. But I believe everyone will love Benidorm when they see this 6 episodes of the JordanJaunts series on Benidorm, taking you from the strip, day and night, to the old town, to Tapas Alley, to Pontiente Beach. We'll show it all, and we'll definitely make lovers out of everyone. Cheers.
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 And keep watching to see what we get up to. I'll tell you something interesting about this airport. It's almost 100 years old.
100 years old?
Yeah.
Doesn't look a day after 10.
That's pretty good though.
It is. Can't believe it's 100 years old.
I don't know if people have been flying for 100 years, but
Well, to be fair,
No, that's a silly thing.
that's a
I've just
silly
said.
thing to say. People have definitely been flying for.
Silly.
Yes. I'm just seeing BA getting called there. 2 hours late, so I'm a wee bit worried. I'm not seeing a Ryanair plane here. But it's saying it's in time. Oh,
See?
there it is, there it is,
See?
there it is. It's just the fog. Can't you see the plane for the fog? That's what the issue is. But the good news today is, Nicola's sitting in 34B. I'm sitting in 17D. I've got a nice aisle seat. She's plonked right in the middle. Now, normally I give her my seat when I've got a window seat. But today, I'm going to just take a chance to get a nice quiet time and a bit of relaxation. That's us, meal deal in hand from WH Smith.
Do you know, that's perfect. Just because, you know, sometimes if you get a late flight with Ryanair, they've got nothing left and we're going to be arriving late, so the food options might be limited when we get there. So
And actually, I think it's starting to
Boarding.
leave, so we better get move on. Never mind jumping about these sandwiches. I think we've got a good deal, paying double for the flight. No, it's fine.
Oh,
So let's deal with this for now. So it turns out it's all good. Ryanair plane leaving in time. Do you know, it's one of the great things about Ryanair. Always leaving time, no matter whether it's snowing, winds, whatever. It seems to be one of the most consistent airlines, even though most people choose to give it a bad rep. A bit like where we are going today.
although I heard something today. You just told me actually, James just told me actually, apparently you're not allowed to take food on Ryanair.
Well,
I
it's
have
obviously made up.
Well, I've never heard that before. So if you've heard, can you let us know that in the comments, please?
Well, no one stopped us.
No.
But then again, you'd have to be brave stopping JordanJaunts, so probably not. I think it's a wee bit of a schoolboy error here. You're sitting in 34B, I'm at 17, I should probably go in the front, but anyway, I'll just make sure you're nicely sat down before I get into my big seat.
You're so good to me, James. Ryanair especially, when you have to wait on each other.
Well, certainly no issues at E-gates here in Alicante. That was fantastic. We were through it in 2 minutes. 2 minutes, that's quite my record.
Yeah, that was as quick as you get.
Oh, so efficient. Fantastic.
So onwards to Benidorm.
Ryanair gets a really bad rep sometimes. A bit like Benidorm, where we're going to just now. But the people actually just love them and they're just carrying themselves on. So even though people say, I'll never go with Ryanair again, they're at it. It's a bit like Wetherspoons. Said they'd never go to Wetherspoons again after COVID. Everybody goes back to Wetherspoons. So Benidorm, Ryanair, both get a bit of a bad rep, but both of them in the end are loved by most. What a lovely airport this is, isn't it? It's so clean.
Now, it's taken us 8 hours to get from our home to here in Alicante. But have we made a massive mistake? Because you might have noticed we've only got one of our Tom Talk bags with us today. And that's because we're only staying here for 24 hours. So I don't know if we've actually made a massive mistake.
Again.
Yeah, and it's starting early because James just informed me how much is an Uber going to cost us to get to the town?
€86. €86 because the bus finishes at 11 p.m. Now, I only found that out this morning once we'd actually booked the flights. So another learning for us. But anyway, we're going to have fun. It's going to be great. And it's only money in the end.
Yeah, and we'll find out if it's a huge mistake tomorrow when we're flying home.
Well, this is true.
So come with us for 24 hours in Benidorm.
No, in fact, 24 hours of mayhem in Benidorm. Not just 24 hours, Nicola.
Okay,
Let's get the right.
Okay, well, you've just upped the stakes there. I didn't realise it was mayhem. I was thinking a wee bit of sunbathing. Is that not what's on the agenda?
No.
Oh no.
We're going to see the real Benidorm, and we're going to see every part that we can possibly see in 24 hours. So come with us. This will be fun, exciting and exhilarating.
And of course that's if we get to Benidorm, because we still haven't sorted out an Uber.
Yeah, because you, Nicola, said, oh, that's dear, let's get a taxi, so a taxi's going to be cheaper. Lots of taxis, shouldn't be a problem getting one, but what's the cost going to be? That's a big question.
Is this the queue? This is a taxi queue here?
Oh yeah, so it is. Is this going to be a bit of a walk of shame, Nicola? We're going to get down here, they're going to say €100 and we're going to go, no, oh sorry, you're going to say, James is right, we should get an Uber 10 minutes ago for 86.
So taxis are looking at €19.95.
Which is phenomenal, because we've got the flights for £70 return, thinking, wow, what could go wrong? Tenerife journey in March is definitely come to the forefront again, Nicola.
Yeah, like a bit of deja vu here.
That's the word, deja vu.
I don't think we're very good travellers, considering this is what we do as a full-time job, is we travel.
I know, but do you know, if it was too smooth, it'd be boring. I booked an Uber, €86. Now that's similar price to the flight return each. So sounds as though it's not such a good deal after all. We need to start looking at stuff like that before we book flights. Are they too good to be true? Certainly is this time.
Yeah, but it's only about the timing, because if we'd been here, if the flight had arrived at a better time earlier on, we could have got the bus. So it's not that the flights are a problem or the Uber's a problem, it's just the timing.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about. Fact is, we get a flight that arrives at midnight and there's no buses, and we get one again that flies out at 5:45 in the morning and there's no buses. So it's all about the flight time. It's all about what we booked. Because we've doubled the price of the flight.
Yeah, got it.
Yeah, so anyway.
Just as well you mansplained that to me, James.
That wasn't really mansplaining. Was
that mansplaining or was that mansplaining?
Anyway,
when we'd appreciated it, we'd understood it, and James said, Nicola, you're not understanding.
Well, do you know what?
Mansplaining. I'm going to turn the camera off, because this could get physical.
Anyway, wait a minute. Thing is, I've been sitting in this all day knowing exactly this was going to be the outcome, sitting on it, so I was saying nothing.
Still, the cab is definitely going off this time. In all seriousness though, it does seem a wee bit mad, doesn't it?
Yeah, people are coming in flights into the early hours in Alicante, so it seems mad that the buses finish at 11 p.m. Great bus service normally, but what happens if you come at night time? You're snookered. Just as well we're Ubered. Hello, you okay? James here.
It's very busy now.
Yes.
It's pretty good. Picked up, ready to get to a hotel, get a good night's sleep, and get on it in the morning. But then again, is that the way it's going to go? Or are we going to get on it tonight? Let's see. That's us. We arrived at the Olympus Hotel here in Benidorm, and that concludes our travel day. It's 1 o'clock in the morning. We are going to get some well-earned sleep, and we'll see you in the morning. In our next episode, we take you day drinking on the Benidorm Strip.